Welcome to the Redneck podcast. Today we have a fun episode. We're going to do a quarter one, 2026 reading recap. We're going to talk about all the 32 books that we read in 2026 so far. So we're going to do a little mix of some physical books, as well as we're going to talk some audio and some Kindle Limited. And yeah, let's talk about it. So I have to tell you, the first 2 weeks of the year, I read a bunch of cozy mysteries. Over the holiday break, I was in Puerto Rico with my family, and I just decided to binge all things cozy mysteries. I finished the Big Shop Mystery all the way to book 20. There are two more books coming out, but I'm listening to them, so they're going to come out in audio this summer. So I listened to most of them. And then I listened to a couple more cozy mysteries. I tried the Divas series by Krista Davis, which was a lot of fun. Some of them I loved, some of them I did not care for, but that was kind of like a fun little thing. I got the iPad here, and we're gonna do a little bit of a walkthrough of the 3 stars, 4 stars, and 5 stars. I did not have a 2 star. I DNF most of the books before they even make it to a star rating. But yeah, so let's go to the list. So I did try to read a couple other cozy mysteries that I really didn't care for. They were first in the series, and I don't think I'm going to continue. One was Death on Dente by Leslie Budewitz. It was good. It was about a general store owner. Someone dies, and she's trying to uncover the mystery. I liked it, but I didn't love it. The other one is Rocky Road to Ruin by Meri Allen. This was about an ice cream shop. She is a CIA librarian, and she's moving back home, and she's trying to figure out what she do with her life. It was okay. I was fascinated with the idea of being a CIA librarian, but it did not meet the mark. The other ones that did not work for me, which was a thriller, We Were Never Friends by Rouda. This was a sorority reunion. So a group of friends who were in a sorority together 20 years later meet back into this engagement party of two of their kids who are getting married. All the secrets that they were hiding for the past 20 something years were coming out. There's a little bit of murder, there's a little bit of intrigue, it's a little bit of rich people behaving badly or toxic friendship. It was good, but it needed to be fleshed out a little bit more. So now we're going to go to the 4 stars read. So we have about 4 cozy mysteries. I'm going to tell them. These are all Big Shop mysteries. Catch Me If You Candy, The Smoking Bun, Sticks and Scones, and Killing Me Soufflé. For other cozy mysteries, I have The Diva Takes a Cake by Krista Davis. This was one of the Divas book from Krista. They're just fun, just similar vibes. The Diva books are set in Alexandria, Virginia, and it's about two women who are like Martha Stewart. We're going to go into the actual thrillers. We have a couple of them. We got The Story by Rachel Hawkins, which was a perfect book for the summer. It's about multiple hurricanes over time. It's a small, like, coastal town in Alabama. We're trying to uncover 3 generations of murder. It is fun. It is great. The audio production is excellent. So I would just suggest listening to the audio. The other one that I listened to audio was The Anatomy of a Lie by Ashley Elston. This one is about, again, Southern thrillers. There's two women meet, encounter, and they realize they have something in common, and they're playing each other's alibi, trying to avoid potential murder. We're trying to cover secrets and lies and many things that were hidden. This is a bit of rich people behaving badly at the same time, trying to uncover like just a lot of messy things. This was fun. It goes back and forth with timelines. It goes back into original timeline to the new timeline. It jumps around, but it was a great one. It's a little bit difficult maybe on audio, but if you read it, maybe it's a little bit easier. I got a couple more cozy mysteries. Death of a Country Fried Neck, and also have Death of the Kitchen Diva by Lee Hollis. I really love this series. It's the Haley Powers series of cozy mysteries. There's that in Maine. Haley is a single mom who is trying to make ends meet, and she gets a column to be Martha Stewart, cooking lifestyle column. And in the process, she has to be solving murder mysteries. So it is fun. It is great. I really feel the same vibe with Lizzie Meyer's Lizzie Stone series. It has the same vibes, and I really enjoy this one. All right, we're going to go into the romance. We got quite a few romances. We got The Grumpiest Billionaire by Pippa Grant. I really love Pippa Grant. I heard about Pippa Grant thanks to Erin Nicholas. She came on the show late last year, and I really love that book so much. So yeah, it is basically a billionaire who is trying to get rid of his fortune, is trying to leave everything behind. He leaves everything and goes to a new place and goes on a road trip and stumbles upon a Soufflé. Our heroine is trying to get him to donate some money for her nonprofit, and she just gets stuck with him on the road trip because, yeah, she was a stowaway. It is hilarious. It is ridiculous. They're like giving away money to everyone, and the hijinks that happen is just fine. So I'm really excited for the next book in the series, which is it's another billionaire romance, but it's just gonna be fun. The next one is Still Into You. I got this book. I got the audiobook from the publisher as someone who said, you know, you should definitely check it out. It actually, even though single point of view, there is actually multicast audio because there's interstitials of interview with multiple characters, multiple male characters. So Selling to You is a journalist and a rock star. The rock star husband is about to go on a farewell tour for his band, and the rock star and the journalist, they have been together for a while, and she's trying to make a name for herself. So she lands the story of the year, which is actually the farewell tour and like this scoop about this. And they've developed real feelings because they were together before, and it's very lovely. I finished this book on print, and it was just as delightful as audio. So that's Still Into You. Then I read It Seemed Like a Good Idea by Laura Blakely. This book is vibes like flower shop vibes. There's quite a few flower shops that I have in this reading recap, but this one is about two couples who are coming together. She has a flower shop and love happens. The audio is excellent. I enjoyed the audio, but I don't remember much. It was a while ago. So then we have In Her Spotlight by Amy Spalding. This one I read it on a whim. The author was talking about how this was a niche lesbian theater. And I was like, you know what? Sometimes we just need a little bit of different. So it's homage to Broadway, but it's set in LA. There's a megastar who is coming to be a stunt casting at a new show, and the director gets placed out thanks to Me Too. So there's a new director who happens to be the big star's ex-girlfriend, but the big star hasn't come out. So they broke up, and it's basically a second chance romance. It is delightful. It is fun. It is just so good. It's a great conclusion to Out in Hollywood, but it could be read as standalone. Then we have another Cottagecore, Picnics and Promises in Strawberry Fields by Victor Walters. This is another one where it's basically she is a runaway bride. She is coming back home, and the guy who is actually escaping a breakup, they come together and they are helping a farm to make ends meet. So they're having a flower farm, and they're having ponies and things to pick fruits over the summer. It is a perfect spring summer to read. Then another Cottagecore is The Cherry Crush Flower Shop by Harp Graham. This one is basically he is a veteran, and he has their best friends, and she wants to find a flower. And in the process, her mom thinks that they're together, so she puts them up in a contest where they are the couple of the year. So they decide to fake date and find the missing flower, and it's just a lot of fun. Just not a flower. Okay, we got another cozy, like millennium mystery, The Primrose Murder Society by Stacey Hackney. This book is about mother-daughter. The mother is getting divorced from her ex-husband who fled the country because he committed healthcare fraud. And she has no money, no options. And so she ends up helping clean out a foreigner's apartment at the senior resident community. The daughter is mad about the whole situation, and she loves murder. She hears about a murder in the building that happened 20 years ago, and they decide to work together to solve the mystery because there's a $2 million reward. It is fun. It's perfect for only murders in the building, a little bit of Gilmore Girls with the mother-daughter relationship, and it's just delightful. So this one is a great one. I hope that there's more books in the series because I really liked this couple of sleuths. Good. We're going to talk about some nonfiction. So we have All Consuming Why We Eat the Way We Eat, and that's Ruritando. This is a book set in England, but it does have reflects food is similar to all the different things. Well, food trends are similar to us. So we hear some of the food trends in England, from such as boba tea, ice cream, but we also hear some other food trends that we actually experience, such as Power Keith Lee doing reviews, Nora Smith doing food from scratch. And we hear from old recipes and how the actual website started, which was fascinating because people were just posting recipes and they were pretty shitty. And so we talk about the power of online recipes and sharing, commenting for that. And then we have Parks and Rec by Jennifer Kishan Armstrong. This is about a book about Parks and Recreation, how the show started. It was almost always on the verge of cancellation. And how did they get through this? So it is fun. It is great. Nick Offerman offers forward, and it's just delightful. We have a couple more romances. We have Mistakes Were Made by Lucy Score. This is a long book, but it's delightful. It is small town romance. It is just fun. It is just so good. It is basically a small town romance. She's moved to the small town to help her client, who is also her best friend, and start building a reader community and whatnot. And she ends up with a lawyer who also is a landlord and who also is just delightful and grumpy. They have an attraction to each other and they work it out together. It is long, but it's a great car book. That's what I can say. Okay, we're going to go into the 5-star reads. So we have Rachel West and the Farland Starlet by Emma Mills. This is a 2008 sad cozy mystery set in tabloid culture of LA. Rachel is a tabloid writer, and the Fallen Starlet is a popular up-and-coming Disney star who is actually have a breakout hit, but she's also a party girl. As one does think about Liz Lohan, who think of Liz Lohan, and they become best friends. And the starlet falls, dies. And so Rachel has to uncover the mystery and how did actually was able to fix the situation. It is fun. It is very LA, very TMZ, the hills. We see some of their favorite co-stars go feature. Yeah. Then we have Too Blessed to Stress, which is by Ali Hawkins. This book I read actually started last year and then it finished up this year, and it's delightful. The audiobook features 4 different cast members, but I ended up reading it physically. Too Blessed to Stress is about 4 Christian influencers who are trying to come together to spread the word of the Lord. And they're working on their church on a big gala situation, and things unravel. Things, secrets are happening, and you're not sure what's going on. This is really great. It's a great commentary about the Christian influencing world, but also it's perfect for if you love Secret Lives of Others. Yeah. Then we got The Air by Sophia Travers. This book is just so good. So Sophia based it upon historical romance and marriage and comedians for the Lynn situation. It's contemporary, so don't worry if you're not a big historical romance. It's a contemporary book, but it's just so good, so delightful. There's a marriage convenience. They have a land, they share a land, and if the only way to get access to the land is if they're married together and they don't like each other because their 2 families are opposing to each other and they have to come together. It is so good. She's coming from the wrong tracks of this stuff. Is a straight ladies hero, and they're so good. They have feelings, they have a history, and it's just delightful. Then we're going to talk about Hunter's Treasure by Olivia Jackson. I went to the Rep Audis a few weeks ago, and I got this book, and I was very excited for it. It is stranded in a private island, but they actually have a bed, they have shampoo, they got toilet paper. The guy who lives in the island full time, he's trying to find a treasure, a long lost treasure from the 1500s. It is fun. There's bad guys. So if you like on the island but you don't want to have a problematic relationship, the Hunter's Treasure is for you. It's a bit action. This year, for the person who read a graphic novel, this is Before We Wake by Sophia Block. This book is set in summer 2003, where Alicia is trying to uncover some dreams that she was having. So she learns how to have lucid dreams, and in the process, she unravels a whole lot of mess. It is a bit paranormal in the fact that there's lucid dreaming, but it is just set in reality. It is so good. I read it in 2 sittings. You can watch, actually see some of the art. It is fun. This is my first graphic novel, and it will be my last. And then the final book that I want to talk about, This Story Will Save Your Life, which is by Tiffany Crump. This is a thriller, Gone Girl thriller between 2 podcasters who are married to different beat partners, and they're not supposed to be together. In the process, the one married couple goes missing, and the guy who's left standing, he is accused of murder. And they have to uncover what happened and what's going on. It's a bit Gone Girl. There's twists and turns. The audio production is excellent. I would suggest listening to this one because we hear back from not just the main characters, but we hear back from the audience. We also get podcast recordings and we get like a sense of it's an immersive audio. So that's This Story Will Save Your Life by Tiffany Brown. I did give you an overview of all the books that I read. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you like more episodes like this, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks for listening to the What to Read Next. For more book lists, cozy reads, and library tips, visit the whattoreadnextblog.com. Your next great read might be waiting there.